can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart.
The next hour brings entertainment and information for those of you who are young at heart. Here are your hosts, Lynn Peterson and Al Jones.
If you're young at heart.
Here we are again, another edition of Young at Heart, and it might look like a repeat, but it's not.
Well,
We're doing a whole new show.
Different day. Actually, what happened was after the last show, we went camping, and we just got back. And we
just wore the same clothes, you know?
That's all we had. So here we are.
Didn't have time to change.
Didn't have time to change.
No, we went out hunting is what we did. You know, we were hunting. Just because.
I don't know what we were hunting.
I don't know what we were hunting either. I guess we were hunting guests or something.
Yeah, we were trying to hunt guests that would just basically would come in for practically nothing. We found a few. So.
Yeah, just like we found our co-host. No, I'm calling you the co-host.
The co-host.
Yeah,
sounds like a snack.
I know. Last week it was a co-host, and this
a drink. A cocoa host?
Yeah, cocoa host, and now you're the co-host.
The co-host. So
yeah, it sounds like you got a problem there with a speech impediment.
Right.
Yes, dear.
I want to ask you a question.
Redundant. I'm from the Department of Redundancy Department.
Redundancy Department. Are you guys aware that September, reason to celebrate
we're September now.
Yes. That's why.
Yeah, we're in September now.
There are reasons to celebrate September, is what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
And did we even introduce ourselves yet? No.
No.
Anybody that doesn't know who we are.
Introduce it. Let's not be rude now.
I'm Lynn Peterson. Al Jones.
Well, I was going to give him a chance.
Sheriff Tony DeMeo.
Tony DeMeo.
Oh, okay.
Our co-host. Or if you're looking at last week's show, it was co-host.
The co-host.
Yeah,
they changed my title.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get paid any more than I was the last time.
It's just to keep you on your feet.
You guys are nuts.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Why? Well, okay, what are some of the reasons to celebrate September?
Okay, National Chicken Month.
You got to think of something.
I heard from the
National
Row Gallery over there.
What are some more? What are some more? I really want to know why we celebrate September.
National Sewing Month.
Okay.
Self-Improvement Month. You have to improve yourself.
Well, we could do that. All could do that.
Yeah. Well, we need to improve.
Here's one. National Rice Month.
What?
Rice. Can you say that? Rice.
R-I-C-E.
Rice.
Yeah. Hey, we don't have time for
Is
anymore.
it okay?
That's silly.
No.
That is the silliest thing I have ever heard.
I know, but it's different.
Reason to celebrate September. You can just go ahead and go in.
Well, if you got chicken and rice, you got arroz con pollos.
There you go.
See?
Arroz con pollo.
Arroz con pollos.
Or if you say in Spanish or in Italian.
I don't know.
So that's why you celebrate it, so you can eat.
That's right.
Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice.
Anyway, we got a great show. Flo Provenza's on. She's going to talk about probably Bill Raggio, I think.
Right.
Yes.
Yes?
I don't know. I mean, you're the.
I have no clue. But
you got the script. I don't know.
But you seem so secure in saying yes.
Because I believe you.
Going to talk about.
I don't know why I'm doing that.
We have Tony DeMeo going to be talking to Al
Here we go
about
again.
something.
And the Senior Center.
And the Senior Center is here to give you all the news and updates of what's going on in the world of seniors. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Young at Heart. My first guest today, not my first guest ever, a reappearing guest, but the first of today is Flo Provenza. How are you doing, Flo?
Fine.
Good. Now, Flo has been around Pahrump in Las Vegas for quite a few years, and if you're just for the first time meeting Flo, she's got all these great stories of what it was like in old Las Vegas, and we're talking about the Rat Pack days, as well as Pahrump, but I think we're going to venture back into Las Vegas today.
Yeah.
And this is set in the 60s again, what it was like raising...
Late 50s, early 60s.
Wait a minute, I know how old Liz is. She was born in... Never mind. She might not like me saying when she was born.
I think she's 50... down near the bottom.
Well, okay. Well, Liz, if you're watching the show... I didn't say it, your mother did. Anyway, so what was it like back in the late 50s in Las Vegas?
Unbelievable. I get lost sometimes if I go over there. I won't even drive over there anymore. It was a nice, quiet town. Anybody that lived in the Las Vegas area, around the downtown area,
right, Well, last week we talked about the dog and how he was like
The
the
dog
mascot
and
of
Dobie
downtown
and stuff
area,
like
and
that.
Dobie, and how he was
And
kind of like
Mom
the
runs
mascot.
zones. We had one little tiny department store with a room with a balcony with a few things up there.
Yeah, and a few casinos scattered around.
Yeah, downtown there were a few casinos, and of course out on the Strip, they had the Trop was already that wasn't there. The Flamingo.
Okay, was the
Flamingo.
Sands
And then
there yet?
then the next one was the which was way out.
Uh-huh.
And see, when you get this old, you forget names. The
Way
last
out.
one out, it's gone.
Oh, the Dune? Not the Dunes.
No, further out.
Are you?
Last week we were trying to figure out when the Desert Inn opened. Nobody called and told you.
No, they didn't call me. Did they call you? Anybody know when the Desert Inn opened the first time around? But
can't
well, I'm
remember.
trying to think. Was the Sands there yet in the 50s?
See, it opened right around
You
then,
had the
sometime
Sahara?
in the 50s.
The Sahara,
Dunes.
Dunes, the
I
Flamingo.
can't remember. The Sahara opened later than some of them.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it was a nice, quiet town. It ended, I think I told you this, at Decatur was the very end of the road, very end of town. Anything after that was a shooting range or hunting rabbits or just going out in the desert to be goofy.
Right.
And on the actual area, downtown ended on Main Street because the railroad station was there and there was a bus station. And that was about it.
Now, as far as homes and things where people lived, was it because you still go downtown area nowadays and you see older homes that look like they could be the little clapboards from the 40s and the 50s.
Yeah.
So were your neighborhoods concentrated around the downtown area?
I lived on Spencer Street,
Okay.
right by. That's if in case somebody doesn't know. There's like a little triangle that comes down. And that's Fremont and Charleston, and then Fremont
Right.
turns and it's Boulder.
Uh-huh.
And that was the end of town.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we were on the edge of town.
Right.
There was one place down on the corner that actually sold hamburgers and a Blue Angel Motel. And that was the end of town. When they
there.
started digging across the road on one of the other corners, they were going to put up a Montgomery Ward's.
Uh-huh.
I got hysterical because they were digging up pieces of Indian pots and stuff and throwing them in the garbage.
Oh, my goodness
So
gracious.
I ran down to Marge Fraser Hall, which was the only thing down there that resembled any kind of education at that end of town, and tried real hard, called around to everybody to stop them.
But back then,
But nobody stopped them.
you know, it's kind of the same way today. It seems like, there's so much history in the United States, and you go all around the country and you see these monuments or you see these homes or these buildings that are 200 years old.
Yeah.
You come to Las Vegas and everything's new, and it's almost like, what the heck? Nobody, really preserves
Oh, it was terrible.
anything.
It was terrible. We finally got a little group together to stop a lot of it.
Right.
But there are so many things. I think I may have told you about going out to Mouse's Tank. Did we talk about that?
Mouse's Tank. No, but it sounds like a great story.
Well, that got wrecked. I
Oh.
went out there once, and later I would slap my kids if they touched anything whenever I took them anywhere.
Kind of like now when we talk about the conservatory for like Amargosa and Ash Meadows and things like that. It's
That's
like
why-
leave nature as nature
it
was
is,
intended,
as
and you
it
have
is.
walking paths to be educated on it, but don't go off the walking path. Blah 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 blah.
I think that's why my kids like Donna. That's
Right.
why she's so involved in all this.
Because you slapped her so many times, she finally said,
Take your
"Dang
hand
it.
off of that. It belonged
I
to
better
somebody.
learn something about this. Why my mother slapped me so much because of all this, stuff laying around
Well,
here in the
it
desert,
was just, to me, it was such great history. I didn't want any of it disturbed.
Right.
I think I may have mentioned Mouse's Tank, where the Indian hid, and every once in a while he'd come out from the ground and get over into
Who, the
Mesquite.
mouse or the Indian?
The Indian.
Oh.
They called him Mouse because
They
they couldn't.
find
He came out at night and they could never find him. They didn't know how he got water, how he survived. But there was a section out there, out toward Valley of Fire, and there was a section out there that had the wind had blown and made a bowl
Wow.
way back in where the petroglyphs are out there.
Okay, in the rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would go there, and they couldn't understand how he could disappear and how he could survive, except he'd kill a cow and live on it, But every time they'd track him, he was gone until they found that, and they called it Mouse's Tank, because there's always a certain amount of moisture in the air, and when it gets hot, any moisture at all would go against that rock and go down to the bottom, and there was always a little bit of water in the bottom of that huge rock bowl.
I'll be darned.
The last time I went out there was probably 35 years ago, and it was a busload of kids, and Mouse's Tank was full of the sand that they kicked in it.
Oh, gosh. Somebody didn't slap them silly hard enough,
No,
I guess.
I used to take my kids, we'd look at the petroglyphs and go back and forth.
I've got to admit, I don't think I've ever gone back that far to see where the petroglyphs are. Are they up
There's
against?
some right near us here in Pahrump.
Seriously?
I'm not telling you on the air.
Oh, okay. Not until
One
we
of the
can
kids
get a
can take you out there and
conservatory
show
group
you.
together and, get the grant to make the walking path and make it
Yeah,
safe and everything.
yeah.
So how long ago was this mouse, the Indian mouse?
I don't know, because by the time I heard about it, he was long dead.
Oh, okay. So this was back before.
Yeah, probably the
okay.
40s.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
30s, 40s. And since the town ended right there at the Boulder Highway, the edge there, going down Charleston and going up Charleston all the way to the top, there's a cave up there. And there was an Indian living there. And he used to go down once in a while, and occasionally he killed somebody. But then he disappeared. And then there was a woman living up there. And after her, there was somebody else living up there. Now it's all houses.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So growing up as a kid, you tried to show the history to your children.
My kids could go anywhere they wanted to.
Right.
And they were probably one of the few white kids that went over to the west side because of the school. We had St. Joseph's School, which was unusual because the parents supported it. But that's no big deal, because several people that went to the synagogue sent their kids to Catholic school, and I imagine they still do, because there's no disagreement there on a lot of things. So like Betty Grable,
right. Oh.
her kids went.
Betty
One of
Grable
them-
lived in Las Vegas?
Yeah, they lived out by
wow.
by the Cindy Domani and Fred Domani. They lived out by the sands, out by the hotels.
I guess probably you had quite a bit of entertainers that
Yeah, they were
those
just
that lived.
they were just
yeah.
regular people,
Right. So
because that's what lived here.
right, and you only
you know.
had so many places to
Yeah.
send your kids to school.
And since it was a good school, we paid the nuns. We raised the money every year.
I thought
We
you were
had a-
going to say we raised the nuns. No.
No. They were,
Like raising chickens. We raised nuns to teach our children.
no, but we took care of the school.
Right.
St. Joseph's.
That's great.
And anybody that had 2 cents that they could spend on their kids sent them there.
Right.
And it was cheap compared to in
And a good
other
education.
cities. Yeah, and it was close to our house.
And talking about the education after school with all these great things in nature that you could take your kids at the time in Las
Yeah.
Vegas, it's amazing. And guess what? We've run out of time again.
Oh my gosh, and we didn't even get started.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're just going to have to make the flow show one of these days. So thank you again for coming out, and we'll be back after this commercial. And here we are, back again at Young at Heart, and I've got Don McIntosh with me, and he is from the Senior Center. Lots of things going on. 'Tis the season. Another thing to celebrate in September. All the things happening at the Senior Center.
Yeah, we have quite a calendar going.
I bet it's better than celebrating chicken and rice.
Yeah, that's on the menu once in a while down there. But
Yeah, well, that's a reason to celebrate September.
Overabundance
It's on the
of it we
menu.
don't need, yes.
So what's coming up that's exciting and
Well, first of all, I want to tell everybody about our trip that we have coming up in September, which is September 19th.
that's around the corner.
Yes, it's a 4-day, 3-night historical trip to Carson City.
Oh, wow. Love it.
And we'll be staying at the Gold Dust West Hotel and Casino, very nice establishment. And anyhow, we're going to be staying in Carson City for the majority of all 4 days. And we're going to be visiting the Capitol. I'm trying to arrange a little meeting with Governor Sandoval, but I don't know if that's going to be successful. But we're going to tour the Capitol building, and then we're going to tour downtown, old Carson City.
Right.
And it is
It is
magnificent when you
yeah, I
go up
lived
there.
in Reno for a couple of years,
Okay,
and I
then
just
you understand.
yes,
Yeah,
I
what a
loved
beautiful-
it up there.
And the buildings from the 20s, 30s, 40s, they're still standing. And anyhow, we're going to do that, and then after we finish the downtown tour, we're going to head up to Virginia City.
I love Virginia City.
And if you have any desire to be a cowboy or Western type attitude in your body, I mean, that's the place to go because, I mean, you get the wood boardwalks, you know. I mean, it's fabulous.
You not
little
only
town.
have that, but you have the mine tour there,
That you do.
and even just walking through the cemetery is kind of interesting.
Yes, it
the
is.
the
And-
history there and the
And if I'm not mistaken, they have the oldest Catholic cathedral up there in Virginia City, and it's been remodeled and refurbished and everything, but it's a beautiful building.
right,
It's-
and some of the Victorian homes.
oh yeah, most definitely. So
Oh,
it's
gosh,
quite a
it's-
unique town.
Right.
And then on the third day, we're going to be visiting the most beautiful lake in the world, in my opinion, and that is
Lake
Lake Tahoe. Yes. And we have excellent professional drivers that we hire. It's a company out of Las Vegas, which is Silver State Trailways. Luxury coaches. They are restroom equipped, DVD monitors, reclining seats. I have a wonderful hostess that goes along on all the trips. Her name is Karen Broadbeck, and she entertains the people, and she has never ran across a problem that she cannot handle. And
Am I old enough to go? Where do I
you
sign up?
betcha. Now,
What?
ladies,
I'm
now-
a senior in training. Of
Yeah.
course I can go.
ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it is for the seniors, but should there be any available seats, any person of any age is welcome to come on board, and we'll take you up to Carson City for a fabulous 4-day, 3-night stay.
Now, what is the cost that's
It is, the
Included.
price is $290.
that's all?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Now, that is based on double occupancy at the hotel. Now, the hotel is offering us some beautiful gifts, and that is a $10 voucher towards your dinner on the first night of staying there. And then you're going to get what they call $5 e-money and then $5 play money, so on and so forth. But they really are a friendly hotel, and they actually cater to seniors.
Right.
So anyhow.
So it includes your 3-night stay or whatever it is, the or the transportation, the tours.
Right.
And
Snacks
everything.
on board. And
That's amazing.
we show comedy films to and from Carson City, and then also we'll come up with a couple full-length major films, okay?
Oh wow! I mean, if you've not been up in northern Nevada in that area, it is like I talked with Flo earlier. There's where our history is because
Correct, yes.
we've lost so much of it down here in the southern part of Nevada
Most definitely.
that it is amazing to just go and see part of what the wild west of Nevada was like.
Well,
back then.
this is why when I put these trips together, we have a lot of new seniors in our community, and I like to put these trips together and educate the individuals about the state of Nevada. There's more to our state than just Las Vegas. Believe me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh gosh, yes, that's for sure. And it's just wonderful that you do this. Now, just getting on the question of the senior center, do you have to be like a member of the senior center, or is it just it's a place to come and just be a part of the group?
Well, we have renamed the Pahrump Senior Center. We have renamed it the Pahrump Senior Social Center.
Okay.
You do not
like
have
that.
to. You don't have to be a member. If you wish to become a member, which you get your newsletter every month, and and it's relatively expensive. It's $5 a year.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So, and then you have your renewal, and that is $3 a year.
Okay.
But we have a fabulous senior center, down there on 1370 West Basin. Great people. We have a great staff. We have a great board of trustees. Jim Groneman is our president, and Blankenship is our site manager. I'm the assistant site manager, and we have many, many great employees. We put good meals together, and it's a place to socialize.
Now, have you expanded the building, or is it?
No, we're
it's
still in the old
same?
building.
Okay.
Correct. And now we're hoping to get a new facility, and in fact, today Gary Hollis and Butch Boraski were in there at the senior center. They did make the announcement that Dr. Gunther is moving forward with the project of a new senior center. We have run into a couple glitches, okay? But
Gee, that's surprising.
Yeah, right, yeah. What project doesn't run into glitches?
I know. Why can't it just all go smooth?
I don't have any
It just
idea.
never happens. I guess it's human nature. Who knows?
Yeah. But anyhow, once we get over those glitches, everything's going to be.
Will it be on the same site, or would it be a different site?
It's a different site altogether. We are at 1370 West Basin. We will be moving to Wilson Avenue,
Oh, okay.
and it's up near West Street.
Okay.
So that's where the old donut place used to be, the donut break,
Yeah.
whatever that donut
Right.
shop name was. But anyhow,
Weston Wilson, yeah,
Yeah,
that area.
correct.
Yeah, that'll
but
be
then
great.
it's going to be relatively close in the same neighborhood. But we're looking forward to it. Our facility right now, I believe, is about 6,500 square feet. This is going to be 11,200.
Wow. Now, how will that affect the people that live in the senior park area? Or will you still have that building open for recreation and things like that for them, or is it?
Well, that really hasn't been decided yet.
Oh, okay.
And you would have to speak to Mr. Groneman on that. He and the Board of Trustees, they will make those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you need an answer on that, you better call Jim, okay?
But at least what you're doing is trying to enlarge it and update it
Right.
and bring it forward so that you probably can have more events and get more
Well,
people involved.
Maybe a lot of people in this town don't realize that we have many, many shut-ins. We have individual seniors that have no means of transportation, so on and so forth. And we do a great job of providing that. We're open Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I open my office up, which is the transportation office, from 7 to 3.
That's where I've seen you. No.
Yeah, okay.
Driving around town, no.
Yeah. No, I don't drive. I
that's
wish
right.
I did.
Oh.
Driving, I think, is a very rewarding part of this.
Yes.
But we do a great amount of traveling throughout the valley here. We do anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 miles a month.
So if you need a place, if you want to have a place to go, the senior center does have that availability to you.
Yeah, and we have great lunches.
Yeah, to bring you over to have a great lunch, have some great social life, find out about all the events and there's 2 pages of events going on here. It's a little difficult in the time we have left to say everything that goes on, and it's just amazing.
We open up at 9 o'clock. They come in and they play cards. We have the beating ladies come in.
The beating ladies.
Yeah, how about that?
Beating.
Beating, yeah. Be careful.
I'm like, what are they beating drums? You never know. Tonopah. We're not in Tonopah.
No, not yet.
I was thinking like beating drums or beating. Okay, I got you. They make beats.
We've been talking about Indians too long.
I guess we have, but we're running out of time. Can you give us a phone number that people you can
Yes.
call this number, please, please,
Okay.
please, please. Utilize the new. What is it going to be called?
The Pahrump Senior Social Center.
Social Center at
727-5008. That is your main number. Transportation needs, give me a call. It's 751-6860.
Thank you, Donna, for coming
You're
on board, and we'll have you back. And we'll
I
be
hope
back.
so. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome back to the show, folks. Tony, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever
We're
had
only
a-
great outside now, so just so you know.
I want to ask you a question. Have you ever had a cowboy cooking?
Cowboy
Cowboys
cooking.
cooking.
I haven't been down to Dallas. Dallas Cowboys? Is that what you're talking about? You're talking about Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, anyway,
All right.
we have a cowboy cook. He's good. And
He doesn't use an iron,
he
however.
doesn't use
Doesn't,
an iron.
yeah, well, he's at a disadvantage then.
Yeah.
So, in case you don't realize, I am the real Iron Chef.
Well, yeah.
Not-
Yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah. Well, we
and
understand.
I know they try to bring me back here to do a couple recipes, but my iron has been sent for reconditioning to make. Yeah, of course you have to recondition those things. So,
Oh, okay. Then we'll have to let you recondition.
so
All right.
you're talking about a real cowboy,
Oh, yeah. This is
a
a
real cowboy cooking.
Yes. And I want you to watch this, and then let me know what you think after you
You gonna let me watch this? The last time I couldn't watch it, it was a blank screen.
Well, you can watch it now, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Let's
I'm
go
gonna
to
pass
that. Let's go to that video.
Stop pointing at the people. It's so rude.
Let's go to that DVD. Let's go
Okay.
to that. Let's
Do
go
what the
to
presidents do. Okay, we're going right to the cowboy cooking show.
We get these done for this show. I'm telling you, this is going to be great. Get these things going. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, what the heck? I have, oh my God, I have like purple hands, blue hands here. I feel like I was Lucy in that wine vat in that I Love Lucy episode. They're just, my hands are all purple. Crap, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have got to get these things clean before the show because we have got to get this blueberry cobbler episode on. And if these hands don't come clean, I'm going to have to wear gloves or something. So, all right, well, I'm going to have to like get this over here and try to clean myself off. So, all right, well, while I'm doing this, we're going to be starting the show here in just a bit. So, I guess on with the show.
Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of the Chuck Wagon Cowboy. Ron Locke here. And on today's episode, we're going to continue in the KISS style of cooking. Now, if y'all have been following my episodes, the KISS is an acronym for Keep It Short and Simple. So, on today's episode, this recipe that we're going to be making is so simple and easy that even the most novice kitcheneer will be able to make it with flying colors and impress your friends and family. So, what are we making? Well, we're going to be making Betty's Blueberry Cobbler. So, Mama Betty, my mama, used to make this time tradition dessert for us kids growing up, and it was loved by all. So, let's get started. What is in Betty's Blueberry Cobbler? Well, we've taken the liberty of saving a little time and mixing a few ingredients together, so I will go ahead and start with this bowl and let you know what that is. In this bowl we have 1 cup of self-rising flour. Now, if you don't have self-rising flour, it's easy to make because you just take 1 cup of flour with 1½ teaspoons of baking powder and ½ teaspoon of salt. You just mix that all together and you're right as rain. Alright, we also have 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of milk, and we've also added a special ingredient, 1 tablespoon of creme de cassis. Now, if you don't know what creme de cassis is, and I mean, I had to learn this as a cowboy because cowboys don't normally do that fancy stuff. But creme de cassis is actually a blackberry currant liqueur, and it is fantastic. It takes this dessert from a good dessert to a yeehaw dessert. It's awesome. What else do we have in here? We've got 1/2 stick of melted butter, and we also have 3 cups of blueberries. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and preheat this oven to 350 degrees. So let me go ahead and do that now. Excuse me for turning my back a second while I do that. Alright, we're good there. Next thing we want to do is make sure you go ahead and get yourself an 8x11 glass baking dish. That's what we're going to be making this in today, okay? And first ingredient we're going to go ahead and put in is our 1/2 stick of melted butter, and what we're just going to do is drizzle this in the bottom of our baking dish. Butter. You know, you gotta love it already because everything goes better with butter. So we're just going to layer this in like so. I'm going to get my spoon here and just get the rest of this out because this is so good. I'm loving this. Alright. Go ahead and put some of our dishes over here. Next thing that goes over the butter is our batter mixture. Alright, so again, very simple. You're just going to go ahead and start. I do my 4 corners method where I just start in the 4 corners and work my way in. So that's what we're going to do. Just layer that in. God, this smells good. I wish you folks were here to actually smell this. This is just incredible. Oh, the creme de cassis really does step this up, and it's just fantastic. And you know, being that this is an easy recipe, again, it's an opportunity for your children to get involved and help in the kitchen as well. So, and we're just going to scrape the rest of this out here because we need every drop. So, just bear with the cowboy here. Alright. Let's hope I don't drop this into the thing. Alright. So that's good. We're going to go ahead and take that. Put that over here. And finally, we have our 3 cups of blueberries. And you know, you can go ahead and be bold and take your hands and sprinkle them on that way, but for the sake of the show, I'd really rather not have purple hands, so I'm just going to take a spoon and put them in. So watch me do that. So you just take you know, if you want to do it this way, you just kind of ladle them in on top. It don't matter because they're all going to go ahead and fill in anyway as it goes through the baking process. So, and it's fun. You know, the meals that I create and I make for everybody here on the show, they're really fun meals and they're easy, and it takes the pressure away from a lot of the stressful cooking that is involved with some of the more, I would call, bourgeois type of meals, you know. And we all know those bourgeois people out there, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all, because I have some of my best friends are bourgeois, are chefs and cooks, but you know, my style of cooking is a little more simpler, and we love that. We love that. So, you know, all right. So we're just ladling these in. That's why we made all the ingredients early on, so you can see the good stuff. We all know how to mix flour together. We all know how to mix sugar and milk together and all that good stuff. So you really don't want to get, what happens too with these blueberries is you get liquid. You don't want to put the liquid in there. Another reason why I'm using the spoon, because you know, you don't just want to pour this in. You don't want to add more liquid than that's already here. We don't want a soggy cobbler. No, no, no. All right. We're going to put this over here. Now, we're ready. Look how easy that is. 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Kiss. Keep it short and simple. Remember that. All right. Let's go ahead and put this in the oven, 350 degrees. I'm going to turn my back again, so again, not trying to be rude. I'm going to pull this out, and in she goes. Now this is going to go in. I wouldn't get this in here first. All right, get that in there. Now, we're going to put that in there. And actually, my pre-timer is going to go off just as such. We're going to set the timer on this for 30 minutes. And you got to want to watch it about 25 minutes. Some ovens are a little more hotter than others. And you really want to, if it starts getting golden brown, then take it out because it's pretty much done. But 30 minutes is generally the rule. So let's go ahead and set my oven for 30 minutes. And it takes a second here. And it's noisy. All right, we're all set. All right, well, you know what? While we are getting ready to go and have this thing turn out fantastic, I'm going to go work on my pork chop recipe that I'm going to be premiering on one of my future episodes of the Chuck Wagon Cowboy. Howdy, everyone. Well, we're out of the oven with Betty's blueberry cobbler, and we have dished ourselves up a couple of heap and help pieces of it right here on this plate. And what I'm going to do right now is give it the old yeehaw test to see how good this is. So let's check this out. This is looking good. Oh yeah, that's some good cobbler. Now you know this cobbler is great on its own. You don't even need to have anything with it, but a lot of people like to put a little sidecar of ice cream, vanilla ice cream on it, or maybe some of that whipped topping on it. But I'll tell you what, this cobbler is so good you don't even need to have anything with it. So that's our show for today, and this is Ron Locke, the Chuck Wagon Cowboy. Oh, y'all don't forget to check out my Facebook page now. That's Ron Locke with the E, and this is Ron Locke signing off saying good eating and happy trails.
Productions.
We're back.
We are back.
So what do you think? I mean,
It was quite interesting. I don't know what he was cooking because all I saw was a blank screen. Like I told you, I don't know this stuff.
well, it was good. So
yeah.
what you want to do later, you know, when you get a chance to watch it, you see it and you say, well, that wasn't bad.
When I watch the show, I'll know, and then I will let you know via email. I'll give you a call. How good?
We'll do that.
You know,
All right, folks.
where was he cooking from?
He was cooking from Florida.
right, wait a minute.
I'm in the
This is the
bush.
wait a minute. Okay, this is the great wild and woolly West. There are cowboys out here. Wait a minute, you went and got an interloping cowboy hooker from Florida?
He moved from the West down to Florida.
Oh, okay, didn't say that.
He was trying to bring the West to Florida.
Well,
Okay.
good for, well, they need the
That's
West
right.
down there. It should be a little more.
That's
West.
right.
Hope he's on the west coast of Florida then.
Stay tuned, folks. We shall return after these messages, I think.
Florida?
Welcome to the show, folks, and my co-host.
Co-host. I don't know, is it Coco host or Hoko host? I don't know.
It sounds good either way you use it.
No, you know, sounds
Yeah.
like you're just stuttering.
All right.
This is the sheriff stuttering again. This is what's wrong with that
Stuttering
guy.
again. What's going on here?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about back to school. What
Yes.
does that entail, back to school?
Well, I don't know. When you going back to school, Al? To get your education.
That's an idea.
Exactly. We
More
all go back to
education.
school now.
More education.
Or education. Actually, well, you know, the school's open, and I guess people realize that now. Hopefully, they realize it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very dangerous. I mean, we have the school bus stops, and you know, people should use caution around it. We actually have over 600 school bus stops
Come on.
in Plum Valley alone. Yes, and how that came out was the town board wanted to pass an ordinance where they wanted a 15-mile-an-hour zone around school bus zones, and we turned down. It was going to be over 660 school bus. They kind of trashed that idea because they had to put up signs then for that. You know, and they were always talking about it. Remember, we had the speed zone study. I finally got done, and you know, they don't want to take that bad boy on because they had to spend like close to $1 million just putting up new signs.
Right.
So it's quite a, you know, it's quite you know, it's but. Quite expensive, but anyway, they have to use caution. I mean, we have the kids going out. The kids are playing around these areas, waiting for the school bus to arrive. Some parents, you know, take it upon themselves to stay there until the school bus picks them up. But it's like I said, it's very dangerous. And making sure you when you see the yellow lights going on the school bus, may as well just slow down and prepare to stop, because next thing you know, the red lights go on, you violate that, that's a citation. And the school bus drivers actually can report the vehicle by giving us a plate number, yes, and we can write a citation on that without even being there. But it's the safety of the kids. You know, and the safety around the school areas where they, you know, Dave Fanning and the school road department has done a great job putting up the electronic signs. So when it's necessary, the electronic signs will tell you to slow down to 25 or to 15, depending upon you know, the time of day, and of course that the schools are open.
Now, you have programs for the high schools, different programs for the high schools.
We have a lot of programs. First of all, the Dare and Great program is eliminated. You know, the program was eliminated by the budget. There is no Dare Great program. What I did, though, is I kept these 2 officers, school resource officers in the school. We had a program of 4, now we're down to 2. You know, countywide, because we still got Gabbs, we still have Duckwater, we still have Smoky Valley, Tonopah, Beatty, Amagosa, you know, then we also have Pahrump, you know, Round Mountain, yes, Round Mountain. So we have a large area, and so instead of having the 4, 1 dedicated to the north area, 3 down here, we have 2 that are doing the same thing. And last year alone, we responded to 687 calls for service within the school system. So they're quite busy. So we had the DARE program. We kept the GREAT program during the summertime.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
Yes, we
I
did keep
missed
the
that.
GREAT program. This GREAT program is going on. We have some community support to keep the DARE program going. The GREAT program, we're going to continue that for next year as well. It's a great interaction. They don't just see the police in a negative light, but they get to be friends with us, and we get to have input. You know, we get to meet with them and talk to them, and get to see what law enforcement's all about. The other program was the PACE program, which is to prevent accidents every day. You know, prevent auto collisions every day, and that program is for high school. And what they do is, it's not just a driving program. We do take them down the track. They do compete, and they at the end is a trip to Disneyland in California. But last year, you know, we had a population of about 40-something thousand. We had more teams participating in Knight County than Clark County did, a population of 1.9 million people. It's a very active program. Paula Cooper does a great job with it. And what they do is they write safety programs. They actually do videos. Some do posters. They do videos. They reenact accident scenes. It's on texting, drinking, driving, distracted driving of all types. Whatever, you know, that's out there. Of course, using cell phone use and so on and so forth. And the kids do a wonderful job making commercials, and some of those commercials actually do get aired. We had one group that actually would have won the national prize. The only thing they didn't do, they used a song by Linkin Park. They didn't get the group's permission to utilize it, even though the group probably would have gave them the permission to utilize the song, so that prevented them from actually having that commercial there. But it was a great commercial, and you know, and it's centered around teenagers, which is a very important group, because those are the ones that now are out on the roads, and they're very inexperienced drivers, and everything's new to them. So we just gear our programs to that. You know, it's we have a very well-rounded program I support within the sheriff's office to reach out to the younger part of our community that needs the interaction, needs to be taught the proper ways of how to handle themselves, in conflicts, rather than resort to fisticuffs.
Right.
And also have the we teach that do not use drugs. We have to make sure that kids remain drug-free, because in an age right now where where everyone's testing for drugs, if you use drugs, you're kind of going to limit your employment opportunities. You use drugs, you're going to be, a lot of jobs are not going to be open for you.
That's true.
So we want to make sure that kids are very much aware of what's going on. And, I said we present law enforcement differently than which I hate. When you're in a restaurant, you go, there's a sheriff. If you don't behave, he's going to arrest you, or a deputy, they're going to arrest you. I remember having that as a cop, and I went to the mother, I said to the kid, I said, if your parents misbehave, you call us, we can arrest them too, Right. I said, and they go, really? I go, they misbehave, because we don't want them to be afraid of us.
Right.
We don't want them in a situation, parents don't realize the impact it has on a kid. That we're the boogeyman or something like that. We're going to go out and we're the negative aspect of government. We're actually a very positive aspect of government. And we want kids, if they're having problems, to come to us so we can help them with their problems. We want kids to run to us. We don't want, because the parents don't do that to somebody walking in. Well, you see that guy, don't look at that guy, don't talk to that guy. Yeah. And what happens when they need help? They're running to people that could be predators.
That's right.
Rather than running to law enforcement, looking at law enforcement and people in public safety as being helpers and being people that will get the help they need and bring them home or give them what kind of assistance they need. So we have to make sure we keep that in positive light. I know parents don't think about that, but really, that's what happens. And we had there was a kid in New York that was lost in Brooklyn, young kid. He went to a stranger, asked for help. Stranger turned out to be a predator and killed him.
Wow.
Yeah. So
what is your age? Your age of the driving program kids? What is their driving
well, as long as they have
age
a driving, as long as they have a driver's license. And what we do is we take them down to a track. We teach them how to drive. We have people. We actually have certified driving instructors that that train our.
But what's their age? What's the age of
driving? No. They have to have a driver's license.
I understand that part, but what age?
Yes, 16 to that age you want to know?
Yeah,
okay, around 16 to 18 or whatever they're at high school.
That's what I was wondering where they start.
Are you going to get your driver's license now? You could be qualified, I guess, by now. Yeah, all right. I didn't understand what you meant, the age.
What age do they start for the driver's license?
Yeah, actually, you can
what age do they qualify for driver's license?
Depends upon the restrictions. So, yeah, okay, so
okay,
I'm not going to,
That's right, we got that goes on.
You have restrictions at certain ages. You have.
Do they have driving programs just in the high school?
I'm sure they do, but I'm not too familiar. That would be something for the school district to talk about. Bring someone on from the school district to talk about which programs they have in school for their students. Because there are a lot of aspects to education now. I mean, reading, writing, arithmetic was what we learned. Now it's everything, and now it's getting a mishmash of stuff that the teacher's responsible for making sure the kids learn, because they have these new programs, making sure no kid left behind, and so and sometimes I think some of those programs actually do leave kids behind.
It does, they're going from one area to the other area, and the kid's confused.
Yeah, and they're forgetting reading, writing, arithmetic is going to get you through in this world. The other things, the history, they have to, I'm not as, believe me, I don't have kids in school, but I look at some of these parents tell me some of the stuff they go through. I went, oh my God, how are the kids going to learn that?
When you think about that, you just say that.
Yeah, I don't think you and I could go back to school and and go through all the curriculum they have to go through.
No, that would be a little difficult.
We're both educated individuals.
Oh yeah, we definitely are. Looking at me like that and say, yeah.
I know they give you they're counting down with the fingers.
She says, yeah, right. You guys can. You're right.
We're educated. We can. Oh yes.
Yeah, we know
educated
about that.
too. I can tell what our education level is, but.
But I tell you, I'm very happy to know that these programs exist for the teens.
Yeah, and believe me, they're a great program. Captain Beck, wanted to preserve the program. I wanted to preserve the program. We found a way of doing it. We only have two school resource officers, and like I said, our cost of service in school are not going to go down. And a lot of those cost of service don't necessarily mean arrests, but the cost of service to handle situations within the school that arise. And a lot of this is mentoring the kids. From a law enforcement aspect of it, and the school has a responsibility to doing that as well. And we have a partnership with the school as much as we have a partnership with the community.
Right. Well, that's very good. I'm glad that information and so forth. So
And
stay
thanks for the
tuned, folks.
opportunity.
Yeah, stay tuned, folks. We shall
you.
return after these messages.
You're
That's
being
Tony
warned.
and I.
Forewarned is
That's right.
forearmed.
Welcome back.
Yes. We were told to be serious.
We are serious.
Lynn left us. she just could not stay and be here anymore. She wanted to maintain her sanity.
Her sanity.
Her sanity. So she had to go.
She had to go.
She said either this or I was going to go into counseling.
Well, it's your fault. I mean,
okay.
I had nothing to do with
All right.
it because
So,
she knows me.
all right.
So, I mean, hey. But anyway, I want you to know I really enjoyed you helping us out here today.
I enjoyed being here, Al, as always.
Yes.
I'm now the co-host because I'm not the Coco host because Lynn left. So now I got downgraded, like Irene, to a co-host.
Well, next time we'll bring you back up.
Co-host.
Maybe,
Yeah.
when you prepare, when you prepare the iron.
And no offense to the cowboy in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, because I understand it was wonderful cowboy cooking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you must understand that you don't necessarily have to be from the West in order to cook. Be a cowboy.
I understand, but I don't want anybody making fun when they hear source New York City. I don't want to hear that because I don't want to hear you do those slabs because we bring sauce from New York City.
Well, that's true.
All right,
They do that, don't they?
cowboy cooking from Florida. Wait a minute, don't they have oranges in Florida? Do they have ranches in Florida? What do they have, a ranch? What's he gonna cooking an orange? Orange. Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad that we're orange? You get that orange. You.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, all right, that's enough. That's why Lynn left. She couldn't stand this anymore.
Yeah, she finally said, "Hey, these two guys." And
She went screaming down the walls. Wait a minute. Lynn said to make sure that the reason why she's not here, we tell the audience that she left for something important. Remember that. So Lynn left us for something important. We don't know what that is, but that's what she said.
Cook her husband's lunch.
Okay.
That's probably it.
All
So
right.
that sounds pretty good.
Cowboy cooking?
Yes, cowboy cooking. But the following week, we have some very interesting guests.
I will not be
Possibly.
here for those. I will watch them on
won't.
TV.
Yeah, we have Dr. Leeks going to be here,
Yes.
and the Tonopah Hotel.
Mizpah. I was there.
Spa. Yeah,
Mizpah.
How you say
Mizpah.
that? Mizpah?
Mizpah, which
Mizpah
means
Hotel.
watchtower,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
it's Israel.
Oh, okay.
And actually, the grand opening, I was there for the grand opening. The
You were?
rooms already open. Yes.
Wow.
It's great. I was deputy when it closed. I mean, I was brand new deputy. Went up there, it was open, and next week I went back a year later, it was closed.
Oh.
But it's one of the grand hotels. And it's one of the grand hotels. They have the Jack Dempsey room there, and it has a lot of history there. A lot of history.
Very good. Well, thanks for
The
watching,
Klein
folks.
family from California.
That's it. Thanks for watching, folks.
Okay.
And Tony,
Give me
that's
that.
it. You can.
That's it.
We see you next time.
Wait a minute. See you next time. Al, it's been a pleasure, as always.
And we see you next time.
And thank you
folks.
so much for watching, and
have
I
a great
appreciate
day.
it. Thank
All
you.
right,
Have a
do
great
and so
day.
forth. And
Drive
okay,
safe.
All right, do that. Don't
Bye-bye.
forget.
Wants to wave? Is that what it is? Wave?
Well, you can.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.